Hello, welcome to Marble Hill 225 Neighborhood and You. And this is a show where we share and appreciate and where it's about you and what you do in the neighborhood. And again, thank you for tuning in to Marble Hill 225 Neighborhood and You. And thank you for your feedback. And I see a lot of people, quite a few people in the street, in the neighborhood, different people that I know, they tell me that they tune in and they watch and they can appreciate what they see on the television and they like it because it shows a variety of things and it's just not just focused on myself, the host, and also just one particular aspect in the neighborhood. It's about people. It's about sharing and caring. So that's what we're going to do. Share and care. What's been going on in the past, what's going on in your present, and what's going to happen and what's going on in your future. You can email, call in. You see me in the neighborhood. We can talk about it and share. Amen. And this is about not just in Marble Hill community, Kingsbridge, Riverdale, but also in the Bronx. Okay. Let us be Bronx strong. This is about also the Bronx. And if we want to extend our circle, even in New York City, in our five boroughs, because the Bronx is part of New York City. We are part of the Bronx. Let us be Bronx strong. Amen. BS Bronx strong. So, what's in your neighborhood? What's happening? What can we do? What can you do? Okay. What's going on? Since the new year? Have you met all your New Year resolutions? Did you make any New Year resolutions? We know at the end of the prior year, we tried to make a list of what we're going to do new and better in the next year. I say that's all well and good. Just don't make the list too long that you can't really meet your own personal goals and obligations. I say if you have long term goals, make short term goals to reach that long-term goal and don't make it too hard and strenuous on yourself. You want to come out positive. You want to come out knowing that you were able to achieve something. Amen. So again, what's going on in your neighborhood? How are you faring? How is your year? How is your winter? How is your life? How is things on your job? How are things with your family? Okay. Make sure you stay in touch. Keep that family unit together. Pray with one another. Enjoy one another. Know what's going on in each other's life. Have that sit down at the dinner table. If you can't always sit the same time every day, but just to make sure that you join together as a family and be aware what's going on with one another, appreciate one another, encourage one another, listen to one another, okay? Because at the end of the day, whether it's school, college, high school, even our little tiny tots, when they come home from preschool, they have things and stories they want to share. We want to share things with one another, and we can vent to one another at home, hear good advice and things to do, how to approach things and situations, and again, encourage one another with love and care. This is just about, I want to do this series today, this segment today about information, what's going on in your neighborhood. Are we able to reach out and do things in our own neighborhood? Okay. And as the summer is upon us, the spring is with us, and the fall is coming upon us, what are we doing in our neighborhood? Do you know what's happening in your neighborhood? Check your local neighboring libraries to find out what's going on, because maybe not every family or every group is able to go on a fabulous, let's say, vacation to get to go out to the city, out of the state, out of the country. But there are a lot of little local things you can do in your neighborhood. You could just Google, and I've done it too, and you can Google what's free in New York City, what's free in the Bronx. Check your local libraries. What are my libraries in my area? You know your zip code. Put your zip code in. What are the local libraries in my zip code? What are the local churches in my zip code? What are the local precincts in my zip codes? Because usually 1 out of 3 of those institutions are able to give you events and activities in your community. Okay, they will have a list of schedule of events. If you type it in their search bar, see what's happening free if they have any local concerts, if they have any street fairs, if there's any block parties going on, free concerts. Type it in and see what's happening in your community. And I say neighboring libraries, if your library is still open in your neighborhood or one close by, they usually have an app maybe now or a search bar where you can search what activities they have going on in the library. They might give free classes for computers, free classes on how to type resumes, free classes on how to job search, free classes on home activities, neighborhood events. Check your local libraries. Check the precinct. If you don't know if you know where your precinct is, walk into your precinct. They have different groups called like the Community Affairs Group. In my local precinct in zip code 10463, that was the 50th precinct. They had an activity one day. It was a Thursday evening, and it was called Block On. And what it was, they were inviting people from that neighborhood, from that neighboring development, to come to this meeting and issue your concerns to the precinct, what's going on in your building, in the local stores. This way, that can help them to address what problems are going on in that area, be it burglaries, robberies. You need focus on seniors. You need focus on one topic was they needed more street bumps in the street because cars were speeding down that street. They took the name and location of the street. So you see, this is how communities help one another because as the police officers express, now they need to know what concerns are in that particular neighborhood and community. They take it back to their precinct and they can have different police officers and different units go out and address those issues. Okay. So a lot of times there are issues going on in communities and different groups. You might sit around and talk and complain about it or give your comments about it, but give it to the areas that can help you. Like, hey, how you doing? What's happening? What's going on? Oh, everything is good. Ain't no use in complaining. No, there is sense in use in complaining, but if you give your complaint and your situation and your issue to the right group and organization, that's what I always say. So, go to your local precinct and in their community room, because I visit mine frequently, they have a room there and they have a message board where you can see different concerns and goings on in your community. They have National Night Out in the summertime, the police officers. They might have other activity and events going on where the people in that community can come out in the park and join in different festivities. So check out your neighborhood police precinct, okay? Also, if you're looking for activities to do, uh, think about the pro teams, okay? Our professional teams. I was watching on the news just this morning before taping this show that the Yankees had an event in um, forgive me, in Fordham University. They had their baseball field in Fordham Prep, and they had a lot of young people there with baseball activities, and they took 99 youngsters. And who else was out there but number 99 himself, Aaron Judge, and giving them baseball lessons. It was a whole day, and all the kids were out there with batting practice and how to run the bases and what to do. But see, there's a lot of little local things going on in different areas of the Bronx. We just got to check it out and find out where to go and what's happening. But get on that computer, check those websites, okay? You can, and not just to be partial to the Yankees, also the Mets, even though they are in Queens, but they're still a team that you can go and search on their website and see what's happening, what events are they giving, and other pro teams also. Well, with the Yankees being here and Yankee Stadium here, they had a couple of events also on that strip along Jerome Avenue. The local stores that sell the Yankee products, they had some things going on there and other activities that they were giving out to the Bronx, okay? Just even if you type in Yankees, what are they doing? Free events. You know, do some search and see what's happening in your neighborhood. Check their websites, and also check their websites if there's any pop-ups, any daily activities in the Bronx. Famous neighborhoods you might know of: Arthur Avenue, Crotona Park, Claremont Park, Van Cortlandt Park. Okay, even if you think about Central Park, if you want to travel down to Manhattan, Central Park, they have their animal zoo. They have different playground activities going on. Check out and see what's going on. Pack up the little ones, pack up each other, bring a lunch with you, and get out and enjoy the good summertime and the good weather. Growing up in New York and when I was younger, one thing my mom used to say, and I used to hear others say, New York City has so much activities going on, and I'm sure other states and cities do as well. But New York City has so much going on. Back then, we had tokens. We didn't have Metro cards. If you have a token, you can get somewhere and get back home. Okay, there's enough activities going on around in the Bronx. Check the Bronx Zoo. Type it in and see what's going on at the Bronx Zoo. We know Wednesdays, I'm not sure. Yeah, the entrance fee is free, but I think you have to log in and reserve time. But just go in and see what's happening at the Bronx Zoo because they have new exhibits going on at night with the lights and stuff going on. Type in the Botanical Gardens. See what's going on at the Botanical Gardens. Learn about flowers. Learn about horticulture, greenhouses, and stuff like that. Get a different variety of things because even I myself, coming from work to home, you need a variation of life to live, explore things. And if you're doing that already, God bless you. Wonderful. Enjoy yourself. Okay. And so yeah, and see if there's any street fairs going on. I see and know that a lot of neighborhoods are restricting sidewalks to where kids can come out and play. They turn the water on, they bring a little game activities. You can even look that up on the website and see where you can go and take your child or just go to have some entertainment. Block parties, there might be a little carnival or little rides going on, and also free concerts. Watching the news and the activity on TV, they say that they're giving, they're doing about 5 free concerts throughout the summer. Okay, go on the website, check out what these concerts are. There's a variety of music. Also, here in the Bronx, you can uh, check out Lehman College because a lot of times they give some events going on. Also, Van Cortlandt Park, they have some free concerts or events going on, and like a little carnival, the fair. You can bring kids to baseball games, soccer games, different sport games and events. Okay, and even they have nice playgrounds just to take a walk with the children, with friends and family. Get some ice cream, sit out on the bench, and just take in the nature and have some good outdoor activity. Okay. Also, I just want to make a mention of some events that would happen in the past week or so. Our Bronx Basketball Hall of Fame, our CEO, Derek Dowden, we had an event there in Mullally Park. That's on Jerome Avenue and 165th, right behind Yankee Stadium, that park there, and it extends on 2 different blocks, okay? And they had their event there. This is the second year of having that event. It was open to the park, to people, the neighborhood. They can come out there, watch some basketball scrimmages. The main event was the old timers game. It started about 4 o'clock, about 3:30, 4 o'clock. And let me tell you, even though they say old timers, but those men, they did play a good game. Okay, there was some exciting plays going on. We got excited. We got clapped. It was like, whoa, And couple of plays seemed like it was happening in slow motion at their pace or whatever. But it was good enjoyment. They sold T-shirts saying Bronx Basketball Hall of Fame, Bronx Strong. There was knapsacks, book bags. There was food, franks, You name it. It was a good activity day, and we beat the rain. It didn't start raining until later, to like 7 or 8 o'clock that night. But that was a good event that we had. You can go on the website and see the Bronx Basketball Hall of Fame for upcoming events that they're going to have. This year, we're going to have the dinner again in November. So check out that website, the Bronx Basketball Hall of Fame, and some other activities that are anticipating to happen either in the month of September and or October. Okay, so that's one of the. Also, what I want to talk about too is when you call 311, they can give you issues also and activities that are happening here in the Bronx. Okay. What it is that you can, especially if you're looking for food, okay? Because even though the pandemic isn't as strong as it was in the past years, a lot of bans and restrictions are being lifted. They're being things are more open and accessible, but still there are some students, some young people who can benefit from free meals. Okay, so if you call 311 or you go on the website NYC, you can find out where to go for foods for students in the summertime for our kiddies. And they will let you know where and what locations they can still get their free lunches and their free breakfast for our kids and our students. Okay. Also, you can look for food pantries again at your local churches, local community centers. Look on their website. You might not know. Take a walk around your neighborhood. Like I said, sometime at night, you see the name of a church or the name of the library, the name of a community center when you get back home, or you can put it in your phone. And sometimes that church or that facility has their own website and makes it aware to the public of what they have going on regarding food pantries and other free events for the kids. Okay. Alrighty. So how are you doing? Are you going out there swimming, beaches, parks, okay, areas for swimming? Be very careful, okay? And even within these last few weeks and days, we've been getting a lot of rain here in New York City, in the Bronx, and all around really in our nation. And we've experienced something new and different this year, that smoke coming from Canada, and that was something to experience because that just lets us know how globally the whole earth is connected. Because even though these wildfires are happening up in Canada, that smoke has to go somewhere and it's drifting. Okay. And it came by us. And I know we were amazed to really see the dense fog, how dense it was, and to see that smoke and even smell it. And I hope everybody took the right precautions. Um, and took heed to wearing your mask, what type of mask to wear, and if you were able to stay indoors, if you really didn't have to go out and breathe that air, to take all the precautions that were given to us, whether it was by your doctor, on the news, your community, in your church, your neighborhood, put up signs, just follow the precautions about good, healthy habits, okay? We want to take heed to that and share it with other people. Make sure your family, neighbors, all are aware of what's going on and what's happening. We know that the fire departments we're giving out free masks. That's another place where you can go and find out about local events and what's happening also as well. Your local fire departments. Okay, pools, beaches, make sure you use sunscreen, okay? And find out the open hours of these beaches. It is so important, okay? And also to inquire if there are lifeguards on the premises, if there are lifeguards on duty, and what time the lifeguards are there. Because a beach or a facility might be open, let's say, from 9 to 6, but the lifeguard might only be there from, let's say, 12 to 5. So find out what time the lifeguards are at these facilities. Review it with your children also. Make sure you take a head count when you go out to the beach. Make sure everybody can, even if they don't stay buddied up, but to be accountable for each other. Okay, follow the rules, watch your child, and look out for others. We know there's been more shark alerts now within the past year, and especially this year, and a few shark attacks. So follow the rules, procedures on that also. Okay, watch the news. Okay, because they let us know, they give us a lot of information regarding these beaches and the shark attacks. Okay. Uh, if you're able to give your children swimming lessons, some of the local day camps or local facilities give brief lessons about swimming to make sure they have a lifeguard on, what to do, to wear life vests. Okay, day camps, sometimes they have professional trainers there to teach children how to swim, and good precautionary members. Or you can go on the website and see some good tips about swimming and preventive measures, because we heard of several drownings, and not all drownings, not all, let's say, tragedies get to the news media that we hear about. So there might be others that we are unaware of locally, but just be careful. We want to keep them down to a minimum. Amen. Okay. Parks, playgrounds, amusement parks. We have to be careful because we don't know who, and we've, not just this year, but years in the past. In some neighborhood parks and playgrounds, there's been some shootings, some fights, some, bad occurrences that has happened, and to innocent people. A lot of times we can't prevent that, but just be careful and be aware and notice what's around you, who's around you. If something seems suspicious or strange, make a mention of it to somebody, or if you need to call your local precinct, find out advice what to do. But what I'm saying is just be conscious and be aware. Okay. um, so, and also with your children, if they're too young to go there by themselves, let them know if they ever get lost or separated from you. Always come back to this water fountain. Always come back to this toy. Always come here. Or if you see a police officer, or if you see somebody in the park with a uniform on, go to that person. Those people are the ones that can help you. Okay, make them aware of that. Look for a statue, even something that's noticeable in the park where they can meet and find you. Uh, in my neighborhood, we had an event, an outing to Dorney Park, and just want to thank Carol Hendricks in the Marble Hill community in the Promenade neighborhood. She sponsored that outing, that bus outing, and she has in the last several years. And we had a good time. I had a good time. I'll show you some still pictures. I couldn't take a picture of myself on the roller coaster because, I had to keep my hands on the bars and things, and didn't want to drop my cell phone also. But I enjoyed it. I went on the roller coaster rides. I went on other rides. I walked around the park. But, even if you have the opportunity to go to amusement park, be careful also. Watch the little ones. Make sure that they're all accounted for. But then still go out and have some fun. I mention that because it's such a big park. I saw some little ones walking by themselves, and then they were walking so far from whoever their guardian or parent was, and then they turned around and waited for them to walk up and catch up. That's when you have to like keep your eyes on these little tiny tots, because you don't want them to get lost. Okay. Look for security guards, policemen, police women, employees of that facility. They usually wear a badge. They usually wear the same color t-shirts, the same color pants. Okay. Teach that to your children when you go out on events. Even in your own neighborhood, teach them, give them safety rules and events. Okay. Also with children, have them to know their name and their phone number, or your phone number, your cell number. Stick a tag, write down their name, their cell number, your home address, and put it on the inside of their shirt, in their pocket, somewhere on their being, that if they do get lost and separated from you, somebody will know who they are, their full name, and how to contact somebody, okay? Whether it's you and or a relative, we want to make sure that our children can be accounted for. Amen. So, and also if there's siblings, brothers and sisters, older brothers and sisters, make sure that they help out to be accountable and help out to keep track of their little ones also. Also, some good things to do. Family bike ride. We know in certain neighborhoods they have those city bikes there, or if you have bikes with your children, you have skates with your children. Take them to a local park. If you don't have a car to drive, walk to a local park or walk up and down a block, circle the block about 2 or 3 times. That provides interaction with your children and family. Main thing, and like I hear on other news and talk shows and in community in my church and other places, you want to get the kids out of the house, okay? Um, Limit them being on the computer too much, okay? We're not saying that what they're doing on the computer isn't good, but if they're doing homework or something, beneficial, fine. But get them out of the house, get them to exert that energy, get their body exercise, get their mindset out of the four walls, because they were contained for a while also during the pandemic. Let's let their brains breathe and get some running around, and also a good exposure ourselves as adults to get out and about. Take advantage of these good summer days, okay? If it's hot in the daytime, wait till the evening when it's cool, doesn't get dark till 8:30, 9 o'clock late. But enjoy the activities, okay? Good eating habits, practice, exercise to keep your body fit. It doesn't mean you have to be rippling and go to the gym and muscle, but just day to day activity, to exercise those bones and free your mind of clutter. Get out, take a walk, do something good, do something healthy with your family, with neighbors. Okay, let's make this a community event besides just you, yourself, and family. You can spread it out to your neighbors and community. Be that one to set up a community event Saturday. Say, hey, let's this whole block, let's just come out here and do something. I looked out my window one Saturday across the street in a little park there, and there was a group of people doing some exercising. Okay, so this is some good tips that you can use for the summer, for the fall, and just want to stay in tune, stay in touch, be Bronx strong, be neighborhood strong, be family strong, okay? Because it's about you, it's about your neighborhood, it's about the positive that you can do, it's a positive that your family does. Focus on that. Yes, there's a lot of negative things going on, there's a lot of bad things happening. We hear of it, we know of it, but let it pass. Focus on the good and keep on living, keep on moving forward, okay? Because still, there's so much of life that you can attain and so much life for you to live, okay? My name is Joyce Taylor. This is Marble Hill 225 Neighborhood and You. And if you have any ideas, if you have anything you want to talk about, you can email me or call me, okay? God bless. Stay Bronx strong. It's about you and your neighborhood. God bless you.